start these meetups, I observed some real estate agents and brokers and technology people, software developers, service providers in Vancouver that had started something similar to this, and they've been doing it very successfully over the last couple of years. And I got to meet a couple of those people from Vancouver. In fact, they helped initiate and kicked off this meetup group last year. And one of those gentlemen came out and he spoke. So really the purpose of this group, and it's nice to see some people that are coming back. Our objective is to try to build upon every meetup, build and make the next one even more relevant than the previous one. So what I would encourage you to do to build the group is talk to us about what doesn't work and talk to everybody else about what does work. Well, thank you very much. Right? So if you come out and you feel like you didn't get value for your time, because it doesn't cost anything. We don't charge to be members of this meetup, as you know. But your time is more important probably than money, right? So if you're not getting value out of these meetups, we're really trying to improve these, and it really is a grassroots effort where there's a bunch of people in the real estate business that are trying to get together, share information, improve our business practices, and quite frankly try to do better in our business and try to make the industry better. The industry is changing, technology is driving that change, and I'm not sure if technology is driving consumer behavior, or if consumer behavior is driving technology. I'm not sure which one is driving what, but let's give consumers the credit. Consumers are driving change in the industry, and we're seeing that at the highest levels of the industry with the Competition Bureau changing things. And that is going to have an impact on our businesses. But I don't think it's a negative impact. I'm not afraid of it. In fact, I champion. If anybody follows me on Twitter, periodically I tweet about it, and I even did some video blogs about the changes in the industry. And I actually support them, and I think that I'm probably the minority that supports them in this business. But I'm pro-consumer. I think that we should be providing services that our consumers want. And if we're providing services that they don't want, then we should change. It's not that the consumer is wrong. It's that we should change, right? And at the end of the day, we know that consumers will win. So the meetups are all about sharing information in an informal environment, and sometimes amongst competitors. How many people here are active realtors? Usually it's about half the room or so. Technology providers or other interested people, right? That's the mix that we want. We want the service providers to come together with active practitioners to share information so the practitioners know what the latest approaches are in the business and technologies and tool sets, etc. And service providers can get something out of it as well, right? I've been on both sides of the fence. I was a management consultant for a number of years, and it's nothing like sitting down with somebody that's in the industry and learning from them about how you can better serve that industry if you're a service provider. So there's something in it for both, right? Realtors can get something out of it because they can understand from service providers what the art of the possible is, what some of the new technologies and approaches are. Service providers can get something from the realtors and understand what the business is really like. This business is an interesting business, as many of you know. It's a highly regulated business, number one. And that creates a bunch of challenges. I just started my own brokerage. Going through the hula hoops to get my own brokerage set up was exhilarating, yet in some ways frustrating. But in the end, it was overall great. The frustrating part was trying to go through the regulator to get some things set up. The process is not necessarily as smooth as I would have thought it would have been. It wasn't a problem, wasn't really not complaining about anything. But the reality is this business has some approaches and methods that is unlike any other business, partially because it's highly regulated. And that when I was a management consultant working in other regulated businesses, that's not to be underestimated if you're a service provider. Don't think you understand the business just because you've observed it and watch HGTV and stuff like that. Actually sit down with a professional, someone that's been in the business for years, and understand what it's like to really be in the business. And of course, listen to what's good and not listen to some of the old practices too, right? That's fair. The reason the business needs to change is because some of those old practices really have gone by the wayside and worked in a previous generation but don't necessarily work in today's open generation. So we're all about transparency, we're all about sharing information, We're videoing this, some people in the audience are videoing it. So